Okay, can you all see the slide on the screen now? Is it on the screen?
Yes, can see. Clear.
Okay, good. Okay, very good evening to those who are in Singapore here who log in to look at this seminar, webinar, and to those who may be calling from overseas, logging in from overseas, depend on where you connecting in, whether it's morning or afternoon. Say something that good afternoon to you, good morning to you. Okay, let me quickly start about this topic, introduction to ethical hacking. Think like a hacker, and of course, we need to stay safe online. Just a quick question. Anyone, can I have maybe in the chat, you just let me know. Anyone think that you are not in the cyberspace? Any show of hand? Okay. Okay, good. Very quickly, just to set the stage, there's a few questions I like to ask before I go on with the presentation. First of all, I like to check, do you use any social media? Like for example, WhatsApp, Line, Instagram, etc., etc. I believe many of us are using it, whether Facebook, WhatsApp, Line, Instagram. Okay. Second question, just ask yourself, do you do online transaction? If you are not, you are a very special breed in Singapore here, because most of us are actually doing online banking. Whether you're using any particular bank in Singapore or any of the bank overseas, you're doing online banking. The next question, do you connect to network in office and home? Especially if you're working from home, you need to connect into your office network. So all these things is just to set the stage that you are in the cyberspace. And I just want to welcome you to the cyberspace. And as long as you're connected in the cyberspace, there is the potential risk that you expose to the cyber risk or cybersecurity itself. And that is also the reason why we have this webinar to talk about things like an ethical hacker and think to how to protect yourself against hacking. Let's look at what is the hacker thinking about when they want to do some what we call campaign. When we talk about campaign, meaning that the hacker are actually doing something to to go up to the public places, or like for example in the internet itself, to do some malicious ill intention to reach somebody's network or even individually. So what is their mind? First of all, there are a few things from the hacker perspective. One, they are looking at to predict human reaction. They will post something in the, whether through the email, to your WhatsApp, or to the message that send it to you, and they know that you react to them. Like for example, if you are urgently looking for something like maybe some article or whatever, and end up they are actually monitoring your activity in the network, whether Instagram or Facebook, whatever, they will pay something on your Facebook or even message you that very relevant to the things you are looking at, and try to convince you to download something, to click something. This is actually, they know that you're going to take action, either to download, to click, or to maybe to install something, because you are exactly at that moment looking at the thing, what you are looking at. They are actually at the same moment they give you the, maybe the connection or the link to the article or to the website itself. And that is what they are predicting your human reaction, we call it. And the other thing, what the hacker thinking is also how to manipulate your behavior. Like for example, we are saying that in Asia here, we have this mindset that we will listen to the authority. Like for example, they may post as your CEO or as a head of department, sending an email to you requesting something, like for example, requesting you to maybe to review a particular document, review a particular financial document. If you are in financial department, they assume they're in financial department. And because they have actually spoofed your boss email or your head of department, finance director or head of finances, they actually send the email to you and posing as your boss sending an email to you, so that when you're asked to click the document, very likely, highly likely, you'll click the document because the email is from the boss. And at that time, maybe it's end of the month or exactly on the at that year of the month, you are actually, they know that your company are busy doing all this financial accounting, all these things. So they catch the right moment, sending you the email and catch you into doing something that will open a gate for them to come into your network or into your system itself. That is manipulating your behavior. Lastly, what the hacker is thinking, leveraging on social engineering. And social engineering could be something that, for example, when they want to do something, like they may issue you maybe some free gift, where you, let's say, going some around to some promotion or this thing on the website, or even you are in the shopping mall, somebody hand you something, a free gift or thumb drive, a free thumb drive. Many of us actually we take the thumb drive or whatever free gift that given to us. And one thing that know that, back to the thing we mentioned about manipulating the behavior, they know that when you get the thumb drive, what you do, usually you will connect in and trying to find out what's inside the thumb drive, whether you can use a thumb drive in your system. So that is what another type of what social engineering, and at the same time also manipulating your behavior. And this is a psychology of hacker. They know well how a human react, how we react to all this situation. And this is the potential thing they're trying to hack, using all these things that it happened to many of us, whether we are experienced people or we are just in the cyberspace as a student or whatever. Okay, so do be careful of that. Let's look at some of these things. Look at the picture here. Like for example, if you receive an email, let me put a pointer. Take example, if you receive an email from Amazon and you do have an Amazon account, and you receive something to ask you to maybe to do your or update your account or something, you may get something really and click the link and do something that what the hacker intend, the intention, and trying to achieve that they were able to download or able to reach your network or reach your individual system itself. So these are potential things: suspicious email, messages, phone call. I believe many of us actually receive this quite often. So again, as long as you're in a cyberspace, you are potential posed to all these risks. Do be careful. So hopefully after this module, you'll be better off and understand what are the takeaway to keep yourself safe. Let's look at the next. And do remember that cybersecurity or you're in the cyberspace is not about just IT department. The issue from your IT department or IT guy is actually affect all of us, and it's a responsibility of everybody, not just the technical people or technology people. It's as long as you are connected in the cyberspace, you have the responsibility to make sure that you keep yourself safe. Okay. So what are the impact and consequences if you are breached? Let's say you click on a malicious link or this thing, it could be something that the hacker installed in your system on your laptop. Okay, if you are a business, the damage will be the reputation. If you are talking about maybe business, will be also disruption of business. If you are personal individual like you and me, an end user of the internet itself, it may be something that they get hold of our banking account or get hold of our important contact or important information about whoever that our family or our friends or company or this thing, and impersonate us as some of them, as one of the maybe your friend, to connect to another friend or to explore further this damage that in your network itself. So do be careful. Okay. The other thing is financial. If they spam you, they send a message to you and ask you to download something, and you click on that, or even you reply, or they can make post that somebody that are doing support and ask you for maybe your account and password to help you to reset or this thing, reset your password. So you may thinking that, hey, how come there's somebody actually trying to connect with me to help me if I have a problem or this thing, they can help me to reset our password. So they may be posting someone that able to help you, but actually they are trying to get your credential, your account and password, and trying to explore further after that. So what we're trying to do is to prevent opening a gate or opening what we call opening a door for all these malicious or what we call adversary to come into your system. Adversary is equivalent in the layman term, we call it hacker adversary itself. So we are trying to close all these potential doors so that we leave no chance for them. But as long as you're in cyberspace, there's always a potential that there's some door that you may have intentionally or unintentionally leave open. Okay, so depend on the situation. Okay. Let's look at what is about this cybersecurity if you're in the cyberspace. So there are a few things. First of all, we look at cybersecurity, the vulnerability to cyber threat. As I mentioned, as long as you're in a cyberspace, there bounds to be cyber threat. Cyber threat is the ill intention of the hacker. They're trying to achieve their objective, trying to hack you, trying to go into a system, trying to get your information, trying to get your bank account. This is what we call cyber threat. Okay, so of course there are many types of common attack in the cyberspace. In Singapore, later I will show you the report from Cybersecurity Agency Singapore. The two common one in Singapore here, based on the 2023 report from Cybersecurity Agency, they are the ransomware and also phishing. Okay, so these are potential attack that many of us maybe encountered it if we are not careful. Okay? Especially, for example, phishing email. We receive a lot of email, maybe from someone that we don't even know, or to some company that we don't even do business with them. They actually send us an email. Okay, so again, these are potential attack. This is what we call phishing email. I will cover a bit more detail later on. Okay, and of course, how do we protect ourselves? We need to do some basic cyber hygiene. Okay, later part I will cover some of this protection best practices, or I call it cyber hygiene, so that you are aware of that and you take note about that so that you can be safe when you are in the cyberspace. Okay. Of course, the other thing is we also need to keep our awareness. We need to be aware of the situation, aware of the landscape, and understand what is the potential risk. Like for example, talking about phishing, the potential risk is that you're not careful. You may click a link, download a file, okay, or you may do something that what the hacker trying to achieve, that is maybe to connect to some other website so that you can download additional information, additional application that they can extract information from you, okay, without you even knowing it. Sometimes all this information, all these applications are running in the background. So that, for example, you may encounter how come my handphone suddenly become like very slow, getting slower and slower, and there's a lot of processes actually in my phone is running, but I'm not aware that I have ever installed all this application before. So again, this is a potential that probably that you have downloaded some malicious inside your handphone, and this code have been activated and running. And one of the potential thing they're trying to do is to collect as much information as possible what you are doing with your handphone. And you come to a stage that maybe they can take control of your handphone, doing something that you don't want them to do, but they're able to do it. Like for example, they're monitoring you using your handphone, the camera, or they're actually also monitoring you about whatever conversation you're going on. Okay, so again, once you open gate to them, they can do multiple things and various of these things that they can explore further. Okay. So how do we keep about safety itself? Important thing is to protect, to put some protection, and this is related to the earlier that I mentioned, the cyber hygiene. Okay, so these are things that we need to keep on practicing. It's not just for 1 day, 2 day. It's another word you may want to call a culture that we need to establish, or we need to nurture this culture, so that we know that we'll keep on improving, and keep on also trying to understand what's the landscape, and trying to understand and keep our awareness, all these things, to understand what the cyber threat, all these things, and know what are the things that we can do and what are the things that we shouldn't do. Okay. Next, we look at things like, for example, my mouse is not working. Okay, this is from the 2023 Cybersecurity Agency report. Based on this, you can see that the ransomware is a major threat, not just to organization, but it's also to individual. But according to the study, the report itself, the cases reported is increasing, and it seems like it's targeting in manufacturing and construction in 2023. Of course, in 2024, we have not got the report yet, so we do not know what is the situation like. But I can be quite sure that the ransomware is still ranked quite high in the list, because this is something that easily will be targeted. The other one is the phishing. Phishing is getting smarter with AI. In fact, a lot of this phishing that you can actually using some of this AI tool to create, like for example, email, and this email look very authentic. Just for example, take example, if a hacker want to create email that is just like from your boss with your company logo, with all these things, they can create a very authenticate email. Very difficult for you to find any fault, except that probably the email address or this thing, yeah, some of these things maybe looks a bit different, but other than that, the content, the look and feel will look exactly like what is from your company. This can be done from AI. Okay, good and bad. Okay, so 4 to the portion of 100 reported attempts use AI tool to enhance the credibility, because they create something very authentic that you may mislead you into doing something that the intention of what the hacker trying to achieve. Okay, the other thing is using AI to weaponize. That is, for example, weaponize in cybersecurity term is something that you can create some tools or whatever to help you to hack your victim. Okay, so it's what we call weaponize. Okay, of course, in the scam itself is also increasingly. Okay, so these are in the 2023. So I won't be surprised to see that 2024 ransomware, phishing, all these things are still in the list, high in the list. In addition, we'll see. I believe we will see a lot of AI generated type of attack happening in the region, or even in Singapore here. Okay. Hopefully, we can do more to help ourselves, to protect ourselves, regardless of what type of threat in the market. Okay. Let's look at think like a hacker and stay safe in the digital world. So there are a few things from now, a few slides we're talking about what are the potential threat and potential risks in the cyberspace. Okay. First of all, as the report 2023 mentioned, ransomware is one of the high in the list. And what is ransomware? To put it simple, ransomware is something that they will encrypt your data, or in some cases, they will destroy your data. If they encrypt your data, they will ask for a sum of money to pay to them, because when they encrypt your data, the only person that able to decrypt your data will be the hacker, because they are holding the key to decrypt your data. When I say encrypt, just imagine this: you buy a box and you put all your valuable inside. You lock your box with the key. So the person can open the box will be the one with the key. So similar in this situation here, the hacker will encrypt your data, which is your valuable, and they are the one holding the key. So without a key, you're not able to open the box to get all your valuable out. So you need to pay the money to them, and they will give you the key to decrypt your data. And whether they give you the key to decrypt your data is for all your data or partial data, it depends on how the hacker want to play the game. Okay. So how do you know if you actually encounter a ransomware? These are two examples, the two red diagram on the left and the right. If you happen to see this on the screen, good luck to you. You are the victim of the ransomware. Okay, whether it's your company, your organization, or yourself. Okay, hopefully you won't get into this situation. This is a very typical type of situation when you are actually hit by ransomware. They will have something like this, or sometimes with a skeleton to say that your data is encrypted, and you need to pay them certain amount of money, depend on how much they demand for the ransom itself, and usually you pay them in Bitcoin. Okay, so they'll give you the timing, how long that this one will valid. Okay, so again, it's based on response to them. Okay, in Singapore here, cybersecurity agency and a lot of all these maybe association, we do not encourage people to pay the ransom to the hacker. Okay, because if you pay the ransom to the hacker, you are actually encouraging them to do more hacking work, hack more company because to them it's a good business. Okay, so as much as possible, we do not pay the ransom, but we try to recover and restore whatever data we have. Okay, so the next big question is that you must back up your data to mitigate this type of situation where you actually hit by ransomware. Okay, the chances you may able to recover is from your backup data. Okay, so later we'll cover the hygiene, the cyber security hygiene. We're talking about backup. Okay, so backup may be one of the choice that you can use to recover your data. The other one is phishing. So the list high in the list beside ransomware is there's also phishing itself. So what is phishing? Phishing is actually a social engineering technique. The cyber attacker used to fool you. Like for example, they send you an email, impersonate your CEO, or send you an email that may impersonate your friend, okay, or even send you a messages through your WhatsApp or through whatever instant messaging system that you're using. Okay. Okay. So once you get into the situation that you download something, you click something, you may end up that you open, as I mentioned, open a gate for someone to come into your system, come into a laptop, or into your organization network itself. And once they're inside there, they can do a lot of things. Like for example, they may get your data out. They may extract your data out and sell your data to some other organization. Okay, they may do other things, like for example, they may install some software or some application in your network to sort of affect your performance of your system of your network until your whole company are not able to operate. This is what we call deny of services. In short, we call DOS, deny of services. Okay, so until your whole company just collapse, not able to do your work. A very good example with this: if you are e-commerce company, let's say you have an e-commerce website, and your customer are all going to the website to place their order, to order their goods or whatever. So if the website is targeted by hacker and are able to bring your website in, overload your website with all those whatever unrelevant type of information or data, overload your website and end up your whole website actually collapse. Your customer will not able to come into your e-commerce website to do any order. So your whole company actually will be affected. Disruption to your business. This is what we call deny of services. Okay. So phishing email, when you click something, they may end up they install something into the web server or the website. End up they keep overloading your website. Okay. And besides phishing, there are many different form or different type of phishing. We have SMS phishing, we call smishing. Okay, we have voice phishing, we call phishing. We have spear phishing. Okay, that we actually target a particular group of people. We have social media phishing. This is quite common. Facebook, maybe someone actually send you a message or ask you to click some picture or ask you to click some link or this thing. Email, very common, email phishing. So don't just imagine that phishing itself only happen in email. It can be in any form, in any type, like here, SMS, voice, okay, or social media itself. So do be careful. There's a two picture I put on the slide here. One is, I think, using the instant messaging. The other one is also some message that they send it to you. So these are some form of SMS phishing or even social phishing itself. Okay. So how do we spot a phishing? This is just for your education and awareness. Okay. There are many other way to spot a phishing email. Let's look at from the left here. Number one of the potential area that you may want to check will be the email address. From where is it from? Is it from someone that you know, or is the domain, the email domain? Okay, is it someone or some organization that you know or you are aware, or they have a business relationship with you, or is from your friend? So make sure you check the domain and the email address. Is it the right person? Is it the person that you know, or someone that you in your business are dealing with? Okay, so this is one area. If it's from someone that you don't even know them, this will be a red flag. This will be a red flag. Okay. Second, we look at two. Is it to you alone? Because they may get your email. Because our email actually, our email likely will be leaked out to the marketplace or to the public. Because when we go to promotion, whatever, usually when you fill the form, you write down your email address. Whatever promotion or lucky draw, sometimes they ask you to put your email. You already fill up your form or with the email, your email already leaked out to the public. Okay, so is it to you alone or to someone else? Sometimes the phishing may also not only just to your email, but they also to someone else or to some other company or some other email address. Okay, so again, take note about this. Is it only to you or to someone other than you? If it's to you and other than you to someone else, you may want to have a flag it as one of the red flag. Okay. Second, did they ask you to maybe to click anything? To click anything, any link or whatever? Okay. Again, if there's already two red flag or even one red flag, do not click anything. Because as long as there's one red flag, you have to be careful. Okay, do not click any link. Okay. Similarly, is an email actually send it to you in some very weird hour, maybe in the middle of the night when nobody actually doing the work. So who will send you an email in the middle of the night? Okay, I believe your boss will do that. Okay. Uh, Okay, so again, look at the timing and the date itself, okay, because some of these phishing email are actually automated. Automated, that is to say that the hacker are using automated system to blast out the email to all the potential victim, the email address that they actually capture or they bought the email address. They actually blast out to everyone. So they blast out the timing, maybe in outside Singapore, the timing is a weird hour. Okay, so look at it. This will be another red flag. The other one, what is the subject? The subject of this email. Okay, it may be sometimes they may put it as something that urgently, maybe to help you to resolve some problem, or to help you to look at some other thing that link you to some other places of interest that you're looking at. Okay, so again, look at the subject itself. Okay, it's something that is not relevant to you or something that's not related to you. Again, you may want to raise a red flag. Okay, the other one, look at, is there anything besides the link they ask you to click the link? Is there anything they ask you to download? Like for example, it may be from a particular telecom company. They say that your account, this is your receipt for your account for your telephone or for your mobile phone. Ask you to open up the receipt to look at what inside. There be some account disparity in the way the amount, all this thing. So they ask you to click the document. So again, with one red flag or a few red flag, do not click anything or download anything. Okay, this one potentially is another red flag. Okay, the next one, the last one, look at the content of the email itself. Okay, so usually if there's a couple of red flag, the content itself, I think you can, you want to use this as a gauge, you can. If more than one red flag, you can quite highly likely be sure that this is a phishing email. If not, if a one or two red flag, maybe you want to check again, you look at the content. Is that something that is relevant to you, or something that you're working on, or something that you not exactly what you're looking for, not relevant to you, and the content looks something funny or looks something very weird, or something that threatening you, or something that give you something that is not related to what your interest is. So this one potentially will be high. So as long as there's any red flag in your email, do be careful. Don't click anything, don't download anything. The best way to go to move forward is to probably you want to check with the person who sent you this email. If that email is from your friend, check with your friend, okay, or check with whoever who sent you the email and verify with them, is it from them. Okay, I remember that quite some time back I received an email from a accounting company to do some accounting work or this thing. So it's from the head of account department. When he sent an email, there's also a document. Okay, so when I look at this, I think to be careful of whether to download document itself. I actually call the head of department, the account department, and ask them whether is it from their department that they actually send me the email. And when they verify it's actually from them, then I will click the document. Otherwise, I do not want to click any document. Okay, so this is my own way. So you may want to practice this. Okay. Okay, so hopefully with this, you have a better understanding about the phishing email. Okay, let's play some game. because with me just talking itself is not so good, so we just play some of this phishing email or quiz itself. So this is the website. Can you try to go into this website? Let me just call this website. Huh? Okay. Maybe I will go into the website itself just to take a look. Give me a minute. Let me just log in the website. Okay. If you're on the website, you should see something like this. Okay. Is everyone okay? All in the website? All able to go to the website? Any issue? No. Anyone, any problem? Everyone okay? Okay, good. This is a website. Yes, correct. Okay, about the domain, I saw the message how to identify the domain is genuine or just a spam or phishing. This one we'll cover in the later slide. Okay, let's look at this one, the website itself. Okay, let me just go back to the website. Sorry, where did I go? Okay, I think let me just go back. About the domain, how do we distinguish whether is it a genuine or is it something that is not the correct, not the genuine one? Somebody actually put out a domain and trying to bluff you. This one we'll cover in the later slide. How do you identify? Okay. Okay. Once you are able to go into the phishing quiz itself, try to register. Try to put your name and we play the game to see how it goes. Okay, hold on now. I can trying to go into the website. Seems that my website is not working now. Okay, is it on the screen now? Let me share again. Share the screen again. Huh? Okay, if everyone in the slide in the website now, we can start the quiz. This is again, it's just like to allow you to practice some of this phishing, identify the phishing, whether it's instant messaging, whether it's message or email. Okay, let's take the quiz. Okay, you want to just put in your name, whatever, okay, email. Don't worry lah. Anyway, this email, I believe they will not capture your email and send it to you to fish you lah. Okay, okay, let's look at the first one. What do you guys think? Is this a phishing or it's not phishing? You can just put in the chat. The first one, how many thing is a phishing? You can put in the chat.
Sorry, William, you're sharing
Yeah.
an error screen.
Oh, you cannot see the screen.
Yeah, it's an error page not found screen.
Oh, okay. I think this is something again. Okay, hold on. Is it okay now?
Yep, this is good.
Okay, so the first one, anyone? What do you think? Is this a phishing email or phishing? Just put in the chat. What do you think? Phishing, good. I saw 2, phishing 3, 3. Yes, 4, 5. Link is pointing to the fake website. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, I think you all know what is how to spot the thing. Okay, yeah, this is phishing. Okay, so if you want to know, show me. They will indicate. Okay, so let's just quickly go through because in view of the time, we do not want to go into the explanation of this thing. But after this module, you can also go back to the same website and play the game again and understand the explanation and how they spot the phishing. Okay, so let's move on. Quickly move on. Okay, there are actually 10 questions here. Okay, so what about this? This look very genuine. The second one look very genuine. Okay, Coca-Cola. How many think this is a phishing? Okay, there's a lot say phishing. That's very good. Okay. Anyone say this is legitimate? Fake email. Very good. Very good. You spot the thing. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's very good. The whole picture itself. There are a couple of things that here that show that is a fake. Okay. Hopefully those people have the answer correct. Is that you have not gone into this website before and play this game before. Okay, this is phishing also. So again, if you want them to show you something what is actually they spot from this picture, they'll give you all this indication. Okay, so again, to save the time, we will just go on. Okay, as I mentioned, after this you can just go and revisit this website again and look at and to understand how to spot some of these phishing email, phishing messages from a diagram, from picture itself. What about this? The third one. This is the third question. Third, okay. Is it phishing or legitimate? Phishing. Okay, I saw phishing. Okay. Okay. Good. Oh, I saw one legitimate. Okay. Okay. I know the answer. That's why. That's why. Okay. 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 Legitimate. I have 4 responses here. So 2 is phishing, 2 legitimate. Okay. This is number 3. Yeah. So we're looking at this is actually a phishing. So why is a phishing? You look at this. Okay. Look at this. Correct. Phishing. Okay. Show me. Again, they will explain to you. And this is the part. Okay. They explain to you this. Okay. So all these things some of these are actually look very authentic and look very real. So do be careful when you receive something. Scrutinize the message or scrutinize the email itself to look at what is inside. And do be careful of some of this domain name or even some of this alphabet that they put in. It may be very tricky to spot whether it's exactly a A or exactly a L and 1. It look quite the same. Okay, do be careful of this. Okay, let's move on due to the time. Okay, let's move on and look at the next one. Okay, let's move it quite quickly a bit because I think due to the time constraint, we're not able to really go through everything. So what about this? This is question number 5. Question number 4, sorry. Do you think this is the phishing? Okay, good. Anyone? This is number 4, phishing or legitimate. I have 1 is phishing, 1 legitimate. Okay, this is look legitimate to me as well. Look legitimate to me. Okay, looking at all these things and whatever described here is seem legitimate to me. Let's try. I also think it's legitimate. Let me try. Okay, correct. This is legitimate. Okay. So if you want to know why this is legitimate, we click on this one. They will explain to you. Okay. Again, your view may be different from whoever create this site. But it's good to understand what is their explanation. Their explanation will help us to also to increase our knowledge, to keep us better informed on how to spot a legitimate or phishing email itself. Okay, so I would not want to continue with that. I hope that you can go to this website after this email, after this webinar, and go to this same website and continue with the rest, because we have 6 more to go, and we're going to go to 6 more. I think it will take quite some time. So I leave this at this stage, and hopefully after this webinar you can continue. Okay, let's go back to our presentation. Okay, let me stop sharing again and share again. Hopefully I get it right this time. Okay, let's continue. You can go back to the web page itself anytime where you think you want to continue with those things. So it doesn't, because this is a free, it's just an education, free awareness, so that you can go and practice. Okay, so no need to be constrained by the time. You can do it anytime when you have the at home or whatever. Continue. Okay, the other part is about typo squatting. What is typo squatting? This is again quite common in the cyberspace, especially when you are not very careful. When we are too busy, we are too engrossed with some other thing. Sometimes when somebody send you a link, you did not really look at the domain correctly. You just think that it looks very similar. It looks very exactly the same like the domain name of a legitimate website. Like for example here, take example here. Look at it. Okay, with an additional .com, with the additional AA, the dot actually drop off. Okay, there's a www dot, it's supposed www.aa.com, but they actually did not have. So this one will be www.aa.com. So you may think there's a dot here, but in the exact one maybe is a www.aa.com, but it is not. This is a different domain. Okay, Apple. Okay, you find any different? Okay, it's not com, it's om. Okay, Facebook, the face, the ae position. Okay, like of example, Google. Just like I mentioned, the 1 and the L look very similar. If you are not careful, you don't really distinguish. You can't even distinguish whether is it an L or is it a 1. Okay, Twitter. Okay, double. Okay, okay. Here. So even for some of these very common, like in Singapore, the bank, over on the right side, this is what we call typo squat domain. DBS, they put in another S. So if you're not careful, you may just think that, okay, it's DBS. Just click the thing. Google, just now we mentioned, okay, instead of the GOO, the GOGG. Okay, again, if you're not careful, you will take it as Google. PayPal, okay, same thing, L and 1. Okay, so these are all, this type of domain, the hacker can actually go and purchase a domain. Okay, and there's nothing can stop them to purchase a domain look similar, like maybe like a DBS become a DBSS. Okay, they can purchase a domain, and they use that as a fake domain to bluff anyone that connect in. Okay, so do be careful. Here, there's on the right, and on the left. Okay, anyone can spot which one is the genuine one, which one is the fake. You can put in the chat if you're interested to really strain your eye, because it's an evening now. After our work, our eyesight may not be so good, so this type of thing may happen. Anyone want to try? Okay, I see message coming in already. Anyone? Right side or left side? right or left? Okay, in view of time, the right is the genuine one, the left is the fake one. Okay. Okay, 2. Good. Let's look at the other one. Let's look at the other one. What will be? What about this one? Quite common, Microsoft. If you have an account issue, maybe we go to Microsoft, we want to reset our password. So the right side is a genuine one or the left side is a genuine one. Okay. You can just put your right. Good. Thank you so much, Esther. Thank you. Yes, the right is a genuine one. So sometimes you are not careful, it look exactly the same. To some, whether it's right or left, it's still a Microsoft. The logo is still a Microsoft logo, but you see the text, you may able to spot some different. Okay, so again, this is just for you to trick your eyes so that you know that it's better to be careful to actually scrutinize the thing and to look for some of these things. Like here, there's a couple of things compared to here that's quite straightforward. It just forgot my password, but here there's can't access your account sign in option. There's a bit more thing over here. So maybe as you do something of this along the way, you pick up some of this cue to let you know that which one is the genuine one, which one is the fake one. Okay, let's look at. Okay, next, what about human behavior? Human behavior hacking. Okay, and please go to this. There are 3 cases. I just want to have some games with you so that you can also learn something from the webinar itself. Go to this website, okay, and let me activate. I need to activate the thing so that you can. Okay, let me share the thing. Share the thing. Hold on. Over here. Once you're logged in, once I activate, you should be able to do the. Let me clear the response first. Okay, clear all. Just clear out everyone first. Okay, let me set the thing. Okay, let me share. To go to the website, let me activate the thing. Then we can looking at the game itself. Okay. Okay, I see 100%. Pick up the thumb drive. You pass to the security counter staff or pass to your IT department. That's good. That's good. Okay, let me just explain this case. Okay, this is what happened in Iran. Iran, the nuclear plant, where they actually breached by Israel. Israel's spies. You want to call it spy or hacker itself. So what the case is all about is that actually the Israel hacker or the malicious actor itself. We call it malicious actor is a hacker. It's another term we call hacker is a malicious actor. Okay, so they have actually put some thumb drive along the way that they know that they already reconnaissance the place, so they know that every day there are a few scientists actually walk past that path itself. So they actually throw 1 or 2 thumb drive with malicious code inside. So it happened that one of the Iran scientists picked up the thumb drive. And as a human nature, when we pick up the thumb drive, what we are going to do, I think for us as a human, 2 things. One, We want to see what's inside the thumb drive. Okay. Second, we're also very curious. First of all, curious to see what's inside the thumb drive. Second, we see whether we can reuse the thumb drive. We will see whether is there's thing that is not important in the thumb drive, we want to erase off and reuse the thumb drive. So what the scientists actually, when they plug in the thumb drive into their system, in the control room, the malicious code actually go into the nuclear plant and it create havoc. It create havoc into the nuclear environment, nuclear plant, or this thing, and end up that the whole plant actually were affected. Okay, so this is what happened. Okay, so whenever you pick up anything, especially now we're talking about 6 terabyte, a thumb drive will be 4 terabyte. Don't be curious. Maybe pass it to your IT department so that they can do a proper check. Okay, so let's look at the second question. Second question, or we got 50-50. Okay, so some of you call the bank to check. The other one, click to understand what's happening. Okay, 50-50. This is a bit tricky. Okay, so we're looking at to click to understand what's happening. This is very dangerous, especially you're talking about if this is a malicious code inside, hidden inside this link. When you click on this thing, you actually activated trigger. We call trigger the code, and the code may be installed into your system, installed into the network, or installed in your laptop. If this appeared on your phone, when you click on this one, there may be some application actually installed into your phone, and end up that they will start to collect information about what you are doing with your phone. Like for example, your contact list, you call somebody, your banking information on this thing. So do be careful of this. Okay, don't just click. Okay, it's better to call the bank to check. Let's look at the answer from the third one. Okay, happy to connect and upload whatever you have. Okay, the tricky part is this. Nowadays we're talking about a lot of people doing maybe switching job, looking to switch career or this thing. If someone actually you have gone through and get an opportunity, that you had a very good interview, gone through a very good interview, and if this is what we call behavior, human behavior, and the hacker are also manipulating our human behavior. Okay, if they know that you are actually fall into the trap itself, they may send you a message to ask you to click something or to ask you to download something. Again, this has become very dangerous. Okay, so it's better to double check again. If this is from a WhatsApp, the number itself, maybe you want to check with the Singapore, the scam shield. The scam shield itself, you want to check whether is it a scam or is it something. Maybe this is one option you can think about to check whether this phone number is it a scam. Okay, or you may want to check with some other friend. Okay, whether is this company, the company that you done the interview online, whatever, is this company trustworthy that you want to continue. Okay. The other thing, maybe this is my suggestion. You may want to create a Google Drive, a Google folder. Create a Google folder, and what you're going to do is to upload whatever those things that they want, that certificate file, whatever file, upload to the folder, and create the folder to be shareable, but it's only read, cannot do anything, and you share this folder link with whoever in this message, so that what they can do is only go to click your link. Instead, you click their link, they click your link. So now they click your link and go to your folder, and if they want to look at your certificate or whatever, they download a certificate. So I think this is maybe a more safer way. Okay, so again, there are many methods you can use. This is just my suggestion. Okay, so hopefully with that you have a better way to keep yourself safe. Okay, let me go back to the presentation. Okay, let's continue from where we left off. Okay, so these 3 cases, I just want to share these 3 cases with you so that give you a better awareness of the situation, and also better awareness of some of these things, to be careful when you encounter some of this, as in the case itself. Okay, let's look at what are the best practices. This is what we call cyber hygiene. What are the cyber hygiene or cyber practice? Good practices. Why do we call cyber hygiene? Okay, it's just a personal hygiene. We need to wash up, we need to brush our teeth, we need to bathe, we need to clean out ourselves. So similarly, we call this cyber hygiene is because it's your own responsibility to keep it safe. That's why we call cyber hygiene. Okay. So what are the things? First of all, your account and password. Okay. Try to create some, especially your password. Try to create something that is complicated enough. Okay. That difficult for hacker to crack your password. If they want to crack your password, doesn't mean they cannot crack your password, but they may take longer time. They may take longer time to crack your password. Okay. So like for example, the weak password on the diagram here, this is a very weak password, easy to crack. I think within a few seconds, you can crack this password. Okay. The second one, medium, is a bit difficult because it's a combination of number, uppercase, lowercase, or this thing. Okay. So it's slightly difficult to crack. This one is more difficult to crack. Okay. It's very strong password, but you have to remember the password. That is something as a human, again, human nature. When we create a password that is very difficult to crack, we tend to forget the password. Okay, so again, you have to find your own way. You're going to find your own algorithm, your own method to remember the password that you created. Okay, so over here, we do not have time to cover this. So again, you can use many methods. For example, you can use a particular statement. So from a statement itself, you pick some of this. This statement only you know about this. Maybe this is what we call passphrase. Passphrase, a phrase, a statement itself. So from a statement itself, you pick some character or this thing, then you substitute with number. So only you know about this statement. No one will know about this statement. So you can easily remember. Okay, so this is maybe one method. Okay. Second method, you may want to use a more advanced security control. It's called second factor authentication. This is what, when you do banking. When you do banking, besides you log in your account and password, they use whatever, they send the OTP to you, one-time password to your phone, so that you can use your phone to log in, whether it's number or whatever. Okay, so you log in using that and key in the system itself. So again, this is what we call second factor. Okay, the first factor is your account and password. Second factor is the one that you identify you're the one holding the whatever equipment, the phone or whatever that you have. It belongs to you. Okay, that is what we call second factor. Okay, so try to create a password that is difficult to crack as much as possible. Okay. Do not do this. Do not do this like a picture. If you create too many passwords and too complicated and you tend to forget, you write your password and paste it on the screen. End up that everybody will know about your password. Okay. If you want to check if you create a password, how strong your password is, you can go to the website from Cybersecurity Agency Singapore. You can go to look at password checker and you try to see whether combination uppercase, lowercase with the special character, how long it take to crack your password. So this one will give you some indication. The longer the length of your password and the combination of uppercase, lowercase, and special character will make it difficult for people to crack. So it gives you the indication how good, if you have combination of all these things, how good is a password. Okay, so this is one of the website you can go and do a check. The second best practices, when you're using any computer, especially a lot of us actually want to work from, let's say work from outside. Let's say we are working in a Starbucks or working in somewhere else, we use our computer system, we work. Let's say we want to move away from a system, please lock your system. This is what we call lock your system. The reason if you do not lock your system, someone actually can go and take a look and can unlock, can see what you're doing. So this is one of the hygiene, lock your system. Okay, this is common. Okay. The other thing is that as much as possible, if there's any update, okay, whether security update or feature update from any particular application, OS, okay, or system itself, please update. Okay, if you can, try to update the security patches as the first priority. As a first priority, try to update the security patches. Okay. Feature update, maybe you can delay a bit, you can delay or defer to later. But security patches, my suggestion is that try to update as much as possible, as soon as possible. Okay. The other thing, this is common when you go to visit any website. We used to have HTTP, but now only HTTPS. Most of the website, they only recognize HTTPS. And in some website, they have this icon. this log icon, okay? And a lot of time people will tell you, if you see a log icon, that means this website is a real website. It may not be the case. It may not be the case. I want to repeat again. It may not be the case. What the padlock or nowadays they don't use some website, they don't use a padlock. They use what you call the tune. The tune. Later there will be another site showing that. If you see something like a padlock or tune itself, doesn't mean this website is legitimate. What it says that this website, the content that you transmit the data between your browser and the server is encrypted, but it doesn't guarantee that this website is legitimate. Okay, because the reason is that anyone can go and purchase a website and install a certificate and become HTTPS. Okay, so HTTPS doesn't mean, I want to restate this statement again. HTTPS doesn't mean this website is legitimate. What it tells you, this website, the transmission, the data transmitted is encrypted, but this website may be a fake website. Okay, so do be careful. Okay, doesn't mean that you see a log is a real website. Do check the domain name. When we say the domain name, meaning this whether it's a DBSS or DBS.com. Okay, so nowadays people do not use a padlock. Like for Singapore, you look at DBS, let's say the website itself, they're using another icon. This icon is called tune icon. Okay, so it's good for you to check. Like for example, in this case, click on this the icon itself. Look at the certificate. Look at the certificate. Okay, go in and look at the certificate. This one we will cover in our training, ASK training, cybersecurity essential. This is usually I will share with the participant. Look at the certificate itself. Who actually issued the certificate, and what is the certificate validity date itself? Okay, it should not be expired. Okay, because the certificate is to renew every year. So the certificate will be somewhere. When you click this one, they will go into an icon. Okay, you look at the certificate and look at the domain name. Okay, so with this thing, you'll give you some assurance that this website is a true legitimate website. Okay, so again, this is something that you can do a check whenever you go to important website, you want to do some banking or whatever. It's good practice. It's good practice for you to check. Okay. Next, we look at something else. Remember earlier we're talking about ransomware. When you have a ransomware, one of the methods to recover from ransomware is to rely on your backup and make sure that you do your backup. Okay, do your backup dutifully. Okay, it is as an individual we can do a backup. We can buy an external storage, let's say a USB drive external storage. We just plug it into a computer system or a laptop itself. We can back up our data into the external storage. So when we are actually encounter a ransomware or we are victim of ransomware, our hard disk is encrypted, we can reinstall everything and we can restore back our data back to your recovered hard disk itself. Okay, so backup is very important. Backup is very important. Similarly, if you are in an organization, it's good to encrypt your confidential information or confidential document, so that if those not authorized to see the data, they are not able to open up and see whatever inside. Okay, they cannot open up the file, they cannot open up the document to see what is inside. Okay, so encryption, but you must have the decryption key. You don't lose your decryption key. You lost a decryption key, you are not able to open the document. Okay, so the good thing about encryption is that they will encrypt your thing. Without the key, nobody can open up the file. Okay. Okay, so this is one way to protect your data and to also help you to recover from ransomware. Okay. The other thing that I would strongly suggest is that if you can, try to install some of these maybe third-party type of malicious application. Like for this case, diagram here is McAfee. Okay, so again, if you purchase some listed party or this malicious anti-malicious or anti-malware software, you can install it so that they can monitor your whatever web pages you are actually visiting. They can also do a check to see whether this is legitimate or this is a fake website. So it gives you some indication. is to give you some indication or some alert. Okay, for example, in this case, when you visit a website, they will tell you suspicious. So it's very much depend on you whether you want to continue visiting the website or you want to discontinue from here. So this type of tool will help you to prevent connecting to a fake website and do whatever, provide information to a fake website. Okay, so this type of tool you may want to consider to install. Okay, so any brand or any vendor, as long as they can help you to protect against malware or virus itself. Okay, so usually we call anti-malware or antivirus software. Okay, so in summary, to put in a few points, here. One is that the phishing, according to the 2023, the report itself, phishing and ransomware is high in the list and is still in the upward trends. Okay, and I don't see this actually dying down, because I think the 2024 you'll see these two things quite common appear in the report again. Okay, but one thing for sure is that it used to, all these like phishing and ransomware used to only affecting, like for example, government agency, statutory board, MNC, or big company or big organization. But increasingly, you also see a lot of these things actually targeting small, medium-sized enterprise, small company, because the small enterprise, they do not have much resources. They do not have cybersecurity people. They do not have a proper education about cybersecurity awareness. They are prone to cyberspace attack. Okay, so we see a lot of SME and also individual. Like for example, earlier, your spam email or scam messages in your phone or this thing. Okay, so this is going to stay for a long time. Okay, the other thing, do remember that there's no technology solution 100% foolproof. Okay. Even just now I mentioned about installing the anti-malware, antivirus in your system or in the phone itself. Doesn't mean it's 100%, because it's very much depend on individual. How you going to handle, how are you aware of the risk? Are you aware of the threat? And are you also able to know that what is happening and what are the control that necessary to keep yourself safe? Okay, so try to practice the thing that I share about good cyber hygiene, the good practices earlier that I mentioned about your password, about your log, about visiting the website, checking the certificate or this thing. Okay, so hopefully with all this, we can keep the cyberspace a safe space for you and secure area. Okay. Okay, this is to close off this thing. Before I close off, I'd like to try to let you take a look about this. Okay, this is the website. Is it on the screen? The website. Do remember, hacker not only can put in malicious code inside the file, okay, inside a document, it can be in the picture. Okay, this is what we call a picture. Okay, let me share the thing to you first. Let me share the thing to you. Let me close. Okay, it can be some. Is this on my web? Because my slide and this one look the same, so I'm trying to find out whether I put in the correct slide. Just give me a minute. Okay, I think I put it. Okay. Okay, I saw somebody talk about Windows Sandbox. I will cover a bit more. So, for example, if you're talking about this website, this is the simulation website. Okay. Let me share the screen first. Let me move this one to. Give me a minute. Let me move this one over there. Okay, later we'll cover about some of these things like cyber defender, all these things. Maybe in later part when we have a bit more time, I will cover about that. Okay. But meanwhile, let me show you this one first. Okay. This is just a simulation. This is just a simulation to let you feel, to let you know that, to be aware that I call it stenography simulation. Okay, so do remember that sometimes it's not necessary that hacker will create a malicious file or a malicious link. It could be a picture. It could be someone that sent you a WhatsApp. Maybe they have extracted your picture from your Facebook or from somewhere else. Okay, so they send you a picture whereby you have a friend together with you, and when you click this picture, you'll see the message. Okay, this is just simulation. So what I'm trying to bring the message to you is that, so don't just have the mindset that malicious thing can only hidden in the file, in the document. It can be inside the picture. Okay, so for this case, it's a simulation. So when somebody hidden a message or hidden a script, a malicious script inside a picture, when you click the picture, you actually activate the script. Okay, so the analogy or the simple example of this way: somebody send you a WhatsApp with a picture inside. So when you click the picture, you actually activate the script. Over here, the script is this one. Okay. Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for attending this webinar. Okay. So again, oh, you didn't see the thing. Do you all see the thing on the screen? Let me share again. This is actually the screen. I'm using this just to highlight. That's what we call stenography simulation. So stenography means that the malicious code actually can hide inside a picture. So for this case, I pause the thing. Let me see. Sorry, yeah. Because I'm opening up quite a number of screens, so I need to find out which is my screen now. Just give me a minute. This one should be the one. Okay, everyone can see the screen. Okay, so this is what we call stenography. Okay, only desktop. How come? Yes, okay, good. Okay, this is what we call stenography. So don't have this mindset thinking that the attacker or the hacker itself, sometimes we call hacker, attacker, sometimes we call adversary, they only create malicious code inside file or document and ask you to click. Sometimes it could be a very innocent picture looking like something like this, or maybe somebody send you a picture, okay, and you just click the picture and end up you trigger some script or code inside. So this is just a simulation because I'm not going to ask you to click on your desktop. I'm doing it on my desktop itself. So anything wrong is only affecting me. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, so when you click on this one, there will be a script activated. For this case, it's HTML. Okay, so if this is a picture, when you click the picture, you activate the script inside the picture. So do be careful. So this is what we call stenography. Yes, that means the code hidden in the picture. So do be careful, not just file, not just a link. It could be picture. Okay, and moving forward, as far as I understand, it could be a voice. It could be a voice file. That means they recorded a voice file, and when you open up the voice file, the audio actually play, but at the same time they will activate something. So do be careful because the hacker are always trying to find advancing themselves and find way to put in a lot of malicious code inside something to actually do this thing beforehand. Okay. Okay, good. Let me stop sharing this one because I'm going to go back to my slide. Okay. Let me go back this one. Okay. So do remember, it's not talking about just the picture itself, but some okay, I saw this message. Some advertisement make it on purpose that you accidentally click on the picture while trying to click the X to close the. Yeah, that's true. Yes, that's true. There are many ways people can do all these things. Because the hacker, as I mentioned earlier, we think like a hacker. The hacker also think like what human will react when things happen. Maybe maybe the first thing they already go into Facebook. They know that they already selected which victim they want to target. So they may extract some picture that you have with your friend or someone else. Okay, so they send you the picture. When you look at the picture, you think that it's from your friend, and you click the picture, and you actually trigger the script inside the picture. Okay, so this is one way. And on the website, yes, some of this advertisement is hidden with a lot of things inside. And sometimes when you click the advertisement, actually you do not know what is the background information they actually extract or downloaded, or they are running some background processes. Okay, so again, do be careful. Okay. Okay. Let me see any other message. Something. There's okay. Earlier, there's a message talking about virus total to look at. Or yes, virus total is the just to clear some of these messages in the chat box. Okay, so virus total is a website that actually, when you have a file, you want to know whether this file is it a virus or malicious code. You can go to virus total, but you must have the hash of the file. You must have the hash of the file. When you go to virus total, you can put in the hash of the file. The virus total will do a check of the internal, the database that they have, and they will respond to you whether this is a reported uh, a malicious file or malicious code or even malicious link. Okay, so again, you can go to virus total itself. Okay, okay, cyber vendor, protect your business with. Okay, this is like advertisement. Okay. Okay, let me see. Password checker, yes, you can go to CSA website. Okay, I think I almost clear all the chat inside the chat box. Okay, if there's anything that you want to ask, you can put in the chat again. If not, then I will go on with the slide. Okay, I will continue with the slide. Okay, let me see any more message. Okay, let me continue with the slide. Okay, that is something that I'm talking about. So with that, I want to end the session. But before that, just to highlight what ASK training can provide you. I think today's the topic is about cyberspace. Okay, about cybersecurity. Think like a hacker. Okay, keep yourself safe. Okay, so to further understand about this, there are a couple of courses that run from ASK training. They have cybersecurity and ethical hacking courses. They also have cybersecurity essential course. Okay, maybe for a start, those who are interested to learn about cybersecurity essential, maybe this course is something that you can think about. Okay, they also have an advanced IT security cybersecurity course. Okay, the one that cybersecurity ethical hacking, you can learn about some of these common hacking technique. Okay, to think like a hacker is also good to know about how the hacker hack, so that you know how to defend. Knowing how to hack a system will give you the opportunity to know how to put in the control and understand what is a control that you can be a bit more effective in terms of trying to prevent the hacking materialize. Okay, so these are courses there from ASK training. Okay, and in terms of the other available program will be like certificate of IT infrastructure operation, for those people want to know about IT infrastructure operation or this thing, because it's related to cyberspace as well, because we are all connected. So we have all IT equipment connected. Advanced certificate, diploma, infrastructure and marketing. Okay. So again, if you're interested, you can contact ASK training to ask inquiry about more about different courses and how they can help you to elevate your competency, knowledge, and skill set. Okay. With that, I will close my session. Thank you so much. Any question you can post in the chat. I'll try to answer. Can download the slide. Okay, I think the slide, yes, I think they will send it to you when you fill the form. Can a hacker hack our home camera and IoT? To be frank, yes. To be frank, yes. It has been proven and it has been shown that hacker actually can hack your IoT equipment. Like for example, you're connected to maybe your aircon, your lighting, all these things, or even your camera. I think the potential is that we do remember the hacker need to have a space a gate open for them. Okay? When a gate open for them, it could be from a camera, could be from IoT equipment. When you open the gate for them to come in the entry point, when there's an entry point for them to come in, they will come into your system. Then it could create a lot of problem for you. Okay, so camera is one of the entry point. IoT is one of okay. Is MS Defender for PC good enough? Okay, I think for Microsoft Defender, relatively is good, is enough for typical thing. But if you think that you feel unsafe just to have one version, just to have one Defender or Microsoft Defender on your system or laptop, you may want to have third party like McAfee, Norton, or whatever brand. Okay, the reason is that all these other additional brand, they have other intelligence, threat intelligence, that within the company they'll collect this threat intelligence, and this threat intelligence they will put in as a feature that inside all this application or software they actually sold to you and ask you to update. Okay, so that if Windows is a bit late to update their Windows Defender, all this third party will be faster than them. They update, then you have a bit more safe operation in your system. Okay, Windows Sandbox, there's a many sandbox, not just sandbox is just an environment that you want to use that to test your malicious code, malicious script, or this thing without affecting your actual environment. So there are many. There are application sandbox. There's all these other sandbox. Okay. So there are quite a number of them. So unfortunately, I can't name everything here. You can go and do a Google search. You can look at sandbox. There are many of them. The typical one that usually I try will be called any.run. Any.run. Okay, I type here. Usually I use this thing called any.run. You can do a check on this. Okay, any.run is one of the sandbox that you can try. Okay. Isn't a long password that may be phrase or long sentence better than a complex password that is hard to remember? Yes, you are right. I think long password or long sentence better than a complex, that is true, but provided you can remember lah, or the statement is something that is only you yourself know. This is what we call passphrase. Okay, I just want to put here, this is what we call passphrase. Okay, I just put in the check box itself. This is to answer about the long phrases, long sentence. Is okay. This is what you call passphrase. Okay, you can use a statement that only you know very well. Okay, that nobody know, only yourself. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. For banking password, if we use a medium strength password, is it safe, especially if we have two-factor? Okay, if you have two-factor, if your medium strength password, because two-factor is at this moment, I will not say 100%, because as I mentioned earlier in the summary, there's no 100% safe, okay, but it gives you another layer of protection. Second factor is the one that the second factor is the one that the thing that you have, like your handphone, like your system, okay, the OTP or the one-time password sent to your handphone. This is what you have. So it prove. So it gives you another layer of protection. Okay. Let me, I send it to everyone in the meeting. Okay, it's called passphrase. Okay, the long sentence or statement is called passphrase. Okay, passphrase. Okay. With reference to the saving the certificate to the Google folder, applying view before sharing the link, will the malicious agent still have access to the other folder in the drive? Potentially, there's no. This is maybe one of the method you can use. Just like I mentioned, instead of let's say the case number 3, the company asks you to click the link so that you can send the thing to them. You create a folder and like that. This may be one of the method. There are also many other method. Okay, so the question is that you put in the link, share the link. Will that malicious agent able to come into your other folder? Potentially, yes. yes. Okay, depend on how sophisticated the hacker is. Okay, there are many tools. There are a different type of hacker on the land in the lands on the landscape itself or in the market itself. Yeah, there are sophisticated hacker. They have quite a number of sophisticated tools that they can use to create what we call malicious code or weaponize the thing. Okay, but they also just hacker or beginner or even a merger that they are not very sophisticated. They may have difficulty to follow through to go into your other link, but sophisticated hacker may have the tool able to propagate once they go in. This is what we call leverage the privilege. Okay. Any run. Yes, there's any run. Okay, that is one of the sandbox itself for those people who there are many lah. Besides this any run, there's quite a couple of them, but I normally use any run. Okay, because first of all, I have a free account, so I don't need to pay the thing. So when I run any run, it just simulate the whatever code I put in to run. Okay. Any more question? How do you detect fake GitHub? Okay. You're talking about the GitHub or the login to GitHub? I think you're talking about the login to GitHub. I think earlier on our slide, there's one, I think on the GitHub, the fake and the legitimate, the login itself. So if on the website, is talking about the site itself, I think it's good to check the certificate, check the link, to check the TLS, because the certificate is the one, the TLS, transport layer certificate is the one that usually you have to renew every year, and it's not easy to renew because you need to provide a lot of information to the certificate authority to prove that you are the one, you are the valid person, they'll verify you. Okay, so again, this may be one way to check. Drop me line for free Android sandbox or Windows sandbox. Okay, I think some of these sandbox or whatever for Android, there's also Android sandbox, but offhand, I can't remember what are the link, what are the website. Maybe if something that you are interested, you can drop ASK training a message or an email, and we'll try to find out some of these, maybe some of this website that you can take a look and maybe subscribe or play around with it, explore the thing. Okay, any more question? Can you show the slide with the two websites? Okay, let me just go back to, okay, hold on. Let me just go to the presentation, the one on the web page. GitHub, okay, here. Is it on the screen? What if click on the HTTP website, HTTP site? Okay, if you click on the site, if you're talking about, just now, I think we have quite a number of, at the end, we're talking about the best practices cyber hygiene itself. We talk about the website that you check, the HTTPS. And HTTPS means that whatever is that, but the site can be fake. Okay, so again, check on the domain, check on the domain name, check on the domain name. Okay, let me just put a message here. Check the domain name. Okay, check the domain name. You remember on the slide we talked about typo squatting. Typo squatting, it could be GIT, it could be GIT, it could be GI something. Okay, or maybe something GITT. Okay, so again, good to scrutinize a bit of the domain name itself to make sure that you are in the right domain. If they ask you to log in, double check again on the login itself whether it's legitimate or you think it's a fake login. Okay. Okay. Telegram. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't use Telegram. Okay. But anyway, additional thing that you have some other question, I'll try as much as possible to help. You can send an email or send a message to ASK. I'll try as much as possible to answer your question. To my knowledge, okay, because no matter what we are doing, the hacker is always a step ahead of us. Their job is to, oh, which one is fake? The right one is the correct one. The GitHub, just answer the question. The right one is the legitimate one. The left one is the fake one. Okay, so coming back, hacker is always ahead of us because they have, first of all, they have quite a number of sophisticated tools. Second, the hacker is not a one person. It's a group of people that collaborate, and there are all these different group of people. There are some of them are nation state supported. Nation state will be maybe the country supported the group, or some of them are big organization. They have a lot of tools, a lot of capability, a lot of competency, and we are considered trying to defend ourselves. We are always a bit behind them. So the only way to keep ourselves updated is to learn, is to learn from the rest, that learn from the whatever we can pick up from, maybe like cybersecurity agency, some other agency. They have this what we call cybersecurity intelligence. They will share, they will disclose to the public to say that what is happening in the landscape, maybe what type of attack, what type of threat, threat. Okay, let me answer this one first. Okay. Okay, why is left fake? Okay, looking, there's an icon here. Why there's a fake? Okay, there's one, and it seems that this is not the correct. Again, what is shown here is I think sometime back already. So again, this is just for your understanding. It's good to spot some of these things. This is definitely is not the right one, because this is the one that indicate. Okay. Can try any run which was no, I can't. I'm sorry to say that I can't run the any run on this laptop because this is not my testing laptop. This is the presentation laptop, because I have a laptop that where I do all my cybersecurity testing will be on that laptop. Okay, so that laptop will be a bit more powerful, a bit more other application running. Okay, but you can run on that. Okay, any other? Okay, I think we're looking at the time. I'm not able to answer additional question. Maybe you have something else, you can take a look. Or ASK training, the email or the website, you can message them and we'll try to answer to you. Okay, about the GitHub one, now on the screen, the GitHub one is this icon that is a giveaway lah. This one, like a fresh on this one is a giveaway, and some of the wording itself. You look at some wording itself and compare to the real one, the wording itself. Of course, on the screen it may not be look quite similar, but if you're looking at the actual website, you may want to also spot the font of the whatever shown on the screen, and some of the wording itself and the space itself. Okay, and you should be able to pick up some of these things. Okay. Okay, I think I will stop here. For other questions you have, please send to ASK training, and I will try as much as possible to respond and reply you, whatever I can. Okay, thank you. With that, I will hand
Thank
over
you very
to,
much.
yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. William, and thank you everyone for participating. Now, understand the program is until 8:30, but just give me less than 5 minutes. Let me just share some quick things. Okay, let me just go through some quick things. Okay, so please download the NLB mobile app to discover our offerings if you have not done so. It's useful and convenient for all things library related, such as borrowing ebooks, checking out library programs, and seat booking, and much more. Also, unlock a world of knowledge. Okay, please scan the QR code for a combined list of NLB's digital team resources on Linktree. The next two slides, I'll explain what each link is all about. Don't worry, these links I've already put up in the chat already. So if you're not able to scan the QR code, you can just also click on the link. Okay, so these are our three recommended resources. Okay, NLB Business Library Insight. Okay, the first one is the Heart of Machine, HTML5, JavaScript apps, big data, and also Java all in one for that. The QR code for here also, the link is in the chat, or you can also scan from the QR code. Moving on to the next slide. There are some changes to the registration process in the NLB program. So we combine our upcoming digital program via the link shown here. Yes, so please find out more and register via the provided link that appears on the screen. So you can always access the webpage to explore upcoming digital programs. As a quick guide on how to sign up for a program. So the first, when you access the link, you will see a list of available programs. Browse to the list, select a program that you would like to find out more about. Individual program information and registration links will appear upon selection. Next to register for a chosen program, click on the link that appears. Then you'll be brought to another form to complete the registration. For successful enrollments, you must complete the registration process through the provided link instead of submitting the form. So these are the steps. If you want, you can also take a screenshot of this screen. And if enjoyed today's program, this is another program that might interest you. Website Glow Up, the tiny tweets that boost conversation. The link to register is found on the previous QR code slide earlier. So the earlier the program QR code, you can also find this program inside there. And so please keep in touch via our mailing list if you have not done yet. And lastly, please help us improve by completing a very short feedback form and let us know what you liked about today's program and what you'd like to see more of and how we can improve. Your feedback is valuable to us and it will help us improve and plan our future programs better. And once again, thank you very much for joining today's program. I'll stop my sharing here.
Thank you all, and hope you have a good evening.
Yes, thank you everyone. I'll maybe keep this chat open for another 1 more minute in case anyone any last minute question. Hi, what if you're asking about the AI companion? I think there's already a short question or a tab over there that you can actually click inside the AI companion, right? That says something along the line, what topic has been discussed. So that should give you a summary of it. Okay. Thank you very much for joining today's program. Thank you, Mr. William. Thank you, everyone. So I'll be closing the session already. So see you all again for another program. Good night. Take care. Bye bye.